So here we have Krista. I'm super excited for this interview with Krista. I've gotten to get to know her over the last 2 minutes. She's been in the community, but we actually haven't had a huge opportunity to connect. But she's super cool, and she has seen some really cool success here so far. Krista's been with us for about a year and a half, and she didn't really take a ton of action in the beginning. She'll kind of share her story, but she was pretty busy. She didn't take a ton of action, and then she finally made this a priority. And over the last couple months, it's been about 3 months now that she's really been taking action and making this a priority alongside her job. She's been able to build her business up to around $1,000 in sales, and I'm sure that's going to continue to triple and double and just build on top of itself. So Krista, welcome. Thank you for being here. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. So talk to us a little bit about why you decided to join Ecom Babes. Like, what made you decide to just say, hey, I want to dive in on this? And also, did you have experience prior selling things online or in the e-commerce world?
I have had no experience really selling anything. I've been a waitress for most of my life, but when I was very young, I've always wanted to be in the fashion industry. I tried to model when I was around 16 to 20 years old, and I've found out that, it just wasn't for me. I still love the fashion and everything like that, but I wanted to be more behind the scenes. I like, to have tattoos and just didn't really fit the model role. So I tried to figure out a way that I could be behind the scenes, but just not really having a lot of money and, being young, not really being unsure of myself, if I could do it or anything like that, kind of held me back. So fast forward to when I bought the course, I did not know anything about drop shipping, and I was like, what? I don't have any savings, but I could start, building my own boutique and get back into my dream. So I let the service industry kind of take over for that first year and a half. But when COVID happened, I got laid off, and that's when I really was like, okay, well, I have no more excuse. I'm not working. I'm not working nearly as much anyways. And so this is my chance. I need to dive in. I started doing that, and it's just been awesome. Like, especially with the week one and, finding yourself and all of those modules really helped me boost my confidence. And it's just been a life changer. So finally, I'm so glad I finally decided to do it.
Yeah, that's awesome. So prior to joining, I know it's pretty normal for people to feel nervous, to feel scared, especially if they've never done something like this, or they think, heck, I'm too old, I'm too young, I don't have the skills, I'm not tech savvy. Like, I hear all these different limiting beliefs from women that really do hold them back from moving forward with starting a business or joining us. So what were some limiting beliefs, if any, that you had prior to joining, and what helped you kind of just push past those and take that leap?
All of them. So, yeah, like I said, self-esteem played a part in it. Money, savings, the technology, the fact that I had never heard of drop shipping before. I really, at that point, had not even learned about even buying wholesale inventory or anything like that. So it was just a big question mark, the whole scenario. But I will say the course was super easy to follow. And like I said, even with week one and kind of doing those modules helped me with my self-esteem and, my goals, and actually writing them down. And then at that point, just conquering them. And also, I think the community where you can post in there and, people will help you out, and everyone is so motivating and inspiring. Really just, the technology was pretty easy to follow, and then everything else just kind of fell into place.
Cool. So ringing the bell, as you know, is a big part of what we do. Whenever people make their first sale, they ring the bell. And I love to just talk to people about how that felt, because it's like, that's a huge moment when someone makes that first sale. So if you can, like, go back in time to making that first sale, how did that feel?
Amazing. I don't think I'll ever forget it. I nearly like jumped off the couch when I heard that cha-ching, and my boyfriend was sitting right there, and he was like, "Was that it?" And I was like, "That was it." So it was awesome, and even I still have it on, and every time it goes off, I'm just like, I light up so much. It's a really good feeling.
That's great. Yeah, that sound never gets old for sure.
No.
So what's your vision? I know that so right now you're at like $1,000 this month. What's your vision for the next 6 months to a year? Where do you want to grow this thing to? How much do you want to be making? What do you want the overall brand to look like?
I definitely want to be at six figures at some point. Um, I'm thinking, I have 1K down. What's the next five? So I'm hoping to get there in like 2 months or maybe next month, if I really work hard enough. But my goal is to actually, keep on building this thing. I mainly have dresses right now. So I want to have more women's fashions, the whole 9 yards. I want to be very like a well-known online boutique. And, hopefully even open up some brick and mortars. I know with COVID, it was kind of like, well, but have big dreams. Want to go the whole 9 yards.
Love that. Okay, so you're going all in.
Yeah, I want to create my own brand and
Cool.
be really well known.
Yeah, I love that. So I know you mentioned like you want to maybe even get to 5K or 6K next month, and you did 1K this month. And I know that that's super possible and doable because I see it happen all the time. But I'm curious because you see testimonials in the group all the time, women having their first 5, 6, 7, 10K months, whatever it is. Do you feel like you get a bit of a confidence boost from seeing that in the community? Like, do you feel like seeing that has helped you believe like, heck yeah, like next month I could 5X my business possibly?
Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Cool.
I mean, even in the group and everything, I believe it, and you can see it. I mean, you can go on their sites and see, or their Instagrams, and hear their stories, and it's so motivating. Like if I'm ever feeling down or if it's a slow start, I really do just go on there and scroll through the Facebook feed and look at all of the accomplishments, and I'm like, okay, I got this.
That's awesome. I love that. So how would you say that your support has been in terms of like joining? I know that we have the community and the live chat and the Q&As and things. So do you feel like the support has been there for you when you've needed it?
Absolutely. And I would say that most of the time my questions are answered within 5 minutes, maybe less. So they're spot on, everyone.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love how if it's not like me or one of the other coaches, it's someone else in the group. Like the group really is so giving and just kind, and everyone wants to see each other do better. And I really love that you guys have that mentality and are so supportive of each other in the group because it just makes this like so much more fun for me. And it's really cool to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if I did a lot of this in the beginning where if I saw somebody had posted a really good question, they're like, oh, maybe that'll come up eventually. I'll just save it or take a screenshot, so, or I'll comment on it so I get the answer, following.
Yeah, cool. I like that. All right. So let's say we have someone that wants to start a business and they're feeling how you felt before. They're like all the limiting beliefs in the world, but they want more out of life. Maybe they want to start the business or they want to join Ecom Babes, but they're on the fence. What advice would you have for this person?
Absolutely go for it. It is tenfold over 100% worth it for me already. Even at just $1,000 in sales, but so quickly, and everyone around me can see that it's working, and not just even money wise, but how I am. I'm so much happier and lively. So go for it.
That's awesome. I love that too, that you aren't just experiencing like a financial growth, you're evolving because that's important. Nothing else matters unless you're like your absolute best self. So I think that's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Awesome. Yes. Well, thank you for your time. It was so nice chatting with you. And I know so many women are going to see this story and they're going to feel extremely inspired. So I really appreciate you being here.
Thank you so much for having me.